Alright, welcome everyone to another episode of the Rapid Fire News right here for the In the Hot Seat podcast. A little news update and being able to bring it back. And I am looking to talk about two topics, and that is one, talking about with Vince McMahon coming back, but not as chairman, also as well with Sasha Banks now being as well Mercedes Mon'e and what she's been able to be up to. So those are the two topics that I will be talking about for Rapid Fire News, and as well updates coming for the In the Hot Seat podcast for the rest of this month. So I'm going to get right into the first one, being able to talk about with Vince McMahon actually coming back, but not as chairman, but as part of the board, and being able to deal with the sale for WWE, dealing like with media and stuff like that. So even though I'm not really happy with him actually coming back at all in any capacity, especially with the misconduct and everything else going on surrounding him as of right now. So I feel like not only was it too soon to actually come back, but he shouldn't have come back at all, especially with all that going on. I can see why he would come back for the sale, but he didn't really need to. So it's just really a weird mess, and hopefully he doesn't try and come back as chairman on top of that. So I feel like Triple H has been doing really well since SummerSlam, when he was actually fully in control of being CEO and being able to deal with the changes and being able to have other talent come back that were released at the time. So it only hasn't been that long, so it's only been since the summer of last year, and hopefully he will still remain in power and things don't change. I hope he actually first stays in power and being CEO. I really like what he's doing, so hopefully that will stick around. So I wanted to touch briefly on that. So then we get into the next thing, and that is with Sasha Banks now being known as Mercedes Mon'e and being able to have a contract expire, being able to show up at Wrestle Kingdom, basically issuing a challenge to formerly known as Kairi Sane, now Kairi, and having to deal with unfinished business basically, and having a challenge there for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So that's going to be really interesting, and Mercedes will definitely do well, especially outside of the WWE. Especially maybe she might come back for the Royal Rumble. I think that would be really cool to see, but I have to wait and see what happens with that. But maybe we'll end up seeing her for AEW. I know Saraya is looking for a Mystery Tag Team partner, and it ended up actually being Toni Storm, but things could change with that. Maybe Mercedes will show up for AEW and tag with her, and there's basically a lot going on with those two, and being able to have them being a tag team would be really interesting if Toni Storm doesn't get attacked or whatever. So there's that. So a lot basically going on, especially this month and going into the new year alone. So just wanted to touch bases on that pretty briefly. Those are my thoughts. What are your own thoughts? Leave it in the comment section down below. And I am looking to do 2 Impact reviews, especially coming up this month, so that'll be interesting, and looking forward to that. Also the Royal Rumble, and as well as special In the Hot Seat podcast episode where I'll be talking about pro wrestling during the pandemic with 2 very special guests that you will see coming around that Wednesday of the Royal Rumble. So that's it for the pro wrestling side, and for the pop culture side, I will be talking about The Last of Us, most likely, not only the video game side, but the actual TV show, which is coming up later this month, basically, like around next week. That's going to be really exciting, and one of my favorite shows that I am looking forward to watching this year. So it's crazy that the time is basically near. So, and about that's it for the return of Rapid Fire News. There will be a lot more coming this year. So until then, stay subscribed, and as well leave a like and all that good stuff to stay notified for the In the Hot Seat podcast, Rapid Fire News, and so much more. I'll see everyone next time.